Hey there, how are you? So we're on the second day of this 4-week challenge. So if you haven't grabbed that planner, do so now so that you can get an email in your inbox every day along with a journal prompt and some other goodies in the planner, like tracking your workouts, actually seeing the schedule of the workouts, and some bonus workouts too. So that's fabulous. All right, so today we are going to work with some small handheld weights. I actually have 1-pounders. This is more about working with our posture. So these are tools to help you find your posture. So it's not meant to let's lift weights and sculpt our muscles, more like it's something that's going to allow us to kind of just feel those connections a little bit more. So go ahead and grab really light weights. I would say at most 3 pounds, okay? What I love about Pilates is this sense of feel-good movement. And we know when something is working by the way it feels in our body. So I want you to start becoming a detective of your body and start feeling the connections. When you connect, it's like this aha moment. It's a very openness feeling. It's something that's going to help you maybe release stuff that you might be holding on to. Like, you're going to just feel when a connection works for you. And it's really amazing when you get that. So I want you to start finding those connections in our workouts together and notice what happens in your daily life. If you can start to get those connections more in your daily life so that you can let go in times of stress and when things are bothering you or you're holding on to something, whether it's physically or emotionally. When you can surrender and let go, you connect and you feel, and it's this kind of peaceful feeling in a way. Same thing on the mat. When you can connect, you're not gripping into these positions. When you connect and feel it, it's like this everything works together type of feeling where all the muscles work together, your mind, body's working together, and it is just like a magical feeling. And we want to try to get to that. So as much as Pilates is physical and we're working our alignment, let's try to connect to that other level, all right? And that's where these journal prompts are going to help you in those emails, is just really finding the connection of our mind and body, okay? Enough of that. Let's get on the mat. We're going to start lying down on our backs. I always like that first lie down. You can really get a sense of how much you are gripping onto muscles and in your body when you can find the mat and let go. My low back was just like, thank you. So remember, if you need some support, place it under your head, place it under your low back. Okay, whatever you think you're going to need. And we're just holding here, letting our muscles just say, okay, I know we're going to be working, so let me just release to the mat. Start to breathe, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the nose or mouth, whatever feels right for you. Start allowing that pelvis to anchor and widen onto the mat, which then helps you get in tune with your abdominals, with your mid, upper back, and shoulders. We're going to take our weights, so get your feet so they're in line with your hip bones first, and then you're going to push your weights like stakes into the mat. So just kind of push them into the mat and see what that does. And then release. So you have your pelvis anchored, your ribs anchored, your chest wide, heart heavy, belly in. Take an inhale. Exhale, just press into the mat. Now what I want you to start to do is feel the pressing down. So just keep releasing on an inhale, and then exhale, just pushing and pressing into the mat. And again, you're not straining into this, you're just feeling connections. So I want you to feel the connection of the arms on your back. So as you gently kind of press into the mat, you're going to feel where those arm muscles attach to your back muscles. And that's where the press down happens from. It doesn't happen from our elbow joint or our shoulder joint or our wrist. It's happening from the foundation of our arms, which is our back. huge posture muscle. So if we can develop this muscle, that is a very good place to start to find our alignment and posture. Okay, so now we're going to lift those arms up towards the ceiling. All right, let those weights face each other. And then just allow sort of the weights that we're using them as tools, just allowing the shoulders to settle into your back. Pelvis down, belly in. And we're going to take one arm up, one arm down, and then bring it back to center. And then you're going to go the other way. And then just take note of how does this feel in your body as you reach and we come through center. Inhale, exhale, reach. Where are you feeling it? Do you feel your abdominals connect as you reach? Do you feel your sides even? Or are you tilting to one side? Does your pelvis want to move with you? Can you keep it stable? And then let's just take those arms up to the ceiling. And now you're going to turn your palms to face forward. All right, your wrists are long. You're not grabbing onto those weights for dear life. I like to just grasp them in my thumb with my fingers reaching, and that's why light weights help. If they're too heavy, you can't do that. So now start to bring the weights back behind you, only to a place where you can keep your ribs and belly down. And then we're going to bring the weights back up. And what I want you to do in this motion, you're going to exhale back. I want you to feel how the belly supports those arms. Inhale it up. You're keeping your chest wide, your upper back wide. And remember, the foundation of your arms is your back. So are you feeling your back connect as well as the belly? On your next time forward, I want you to come up with the chest and the head. All right. And now we're going to lift those arms up so you feel more pressure in those abs and then start to bring it down. Let's inhale here now and exhale as you come up. Keep the arms on the back so the shoulders don't roll forward. We keep the chest wide. Now we're going to lift on an inhale and lower it down. Exhale up. Keep that pelvis anchored and wide. Inhale. Exhale. And you'll notice on that inhale on the way back, it's a little bit harder, right, to keep that rib connection. I'm sure it's like choking me here. Keep going down. And then lower it on down. All right, we're going to take our hands back into those stakes. I want you to lift one leg up. All right, now push those stakes into the mat so you can really feel your abdominal muscles here. And as you do that, draw the other leg up and notice how much control it takes from your center. Bring your legs together and then just kind of hold here for a second. And then I want you to start to reach those legs away from you. And you're going to put those stakes in the mat a little bit more so you can feel yourself connect to your posture more. And then we're going to bend those knees right back into that tabletop position. You can even bring it in a little bit more if that helps you release the back. All right, so we reach the legs away. Stakes in the mat, chest is wide, but you have that waistband pulling into your spine. And bring it in. So no arching low back. And reach it away. Just find that posture. We're working all those postural muscles. And remember from yesterday, the reach of the legs happens from your center. So as you're reaching, you're anchoring the pelvis stays wide and anchored. 2 more times. It's a lot more work than it looks, right? Make sure nothing is pooching out of alignment. 1 more time. And we bring it in. and take those legs down. We now have some distance between our legs as we go into our hip rolls. So you're going to roll the hips towards you. We're going to lift it up as you push the pelvis beyond your knees. This is great for posture here. So when you push your hands with the weights into the mat like stakes, feel your upper back and upper arms. Maintain that connection as you lower it down. And we're going to inhale and exhale. Let's stay for an inhale as you just connect in this posture, pushing your feet down into the earth to find the back of your legs and booty. And then on your exhale, keeping those connections as you roll it down. I remember doing this for years and thinking it's all about the booty and just lifting and lowering and trying to make my booty burn, right? So when you can get that body to work together, that's what I mean about feel good movement. Yes, you are working, right? It's not easy. But the difference of how that feels, you're not straining anything or burning muscles in one place and not the other, forcing yourself, over repping yourself, right? It's this feeling of everything working together as one. And that's where we get stronger, we prevent injury, we enjoy our movement. Notice, are you going from side to side or are you in the center of your spine? One more time. And I like to press the weights just a little bit deeper to feel the upper arms deeper into the mat to really work those back muscles. Yay, beautiful job. All right, hug it in. And we're going to roll ourselves up and let's go into some rollbacks, okay? I'm going to keep the weights here because I'm going to eventually grab them. Legs together, we're going to roll back on an inhale. Your arms will straighten, but they stay on your back. And then exhale, pull the waistband back to dive your body forward, right? Inhale, feet stay down, pulling those thighs towards each other. Feeling the power of your pelvis. So power of the pelvis helps pull those legs together as you anchor the feet. Let go of the arms and we're going to start to make our way down a little bit further. If you don't want to go further, you do not have to. But as you go further down and it's more work, try not to yank those arms off your back, right? They stay on your back. Waistband keeps pulling back. All those principles stay the same. As you go down the next time, I want you to grab the weights. And we're going to stretch our legs long and flex those feet. Get the heels together and push the heels down into the mat. Squeeze your hips together. We're going to take our weights up, turn the palms to face forward like we did in the beginning, and then you're going to reach the arms back behind you like we did in the beginning. Now we're going to roll up. We're going to lift those arms. We're going to curl the chin to the chest. We did this to start with, right? Now let's continue. You're just going to slide those weights along the mat as you dive your body over your legs. And then pull the waistband back. Anchor those heels as you press back and reach. So those weights should help you here on the way up. Lift the chest. Slide those weights along the mat as you reach and dive. And then as you roll back, heels connect together as well as down into the mat. Use your breath. It is your friend. And those arms stay on your back. 2 more. And last one. And then we roll it down. We're going to go into our leg circle. So you can keep that bottom leg bent and the other one up. Or if you want to straighten that bottom leg, you can do that too. The bottom leg is pressing into the mat, heel, hip. Now the stakes, press them. So the upper arms into the mat, feel your back wide, and you're going to give me 5 circles each way. Nothing else in your body is going to shift. You're circling that leg in the hip socket. Reverse after 5. And just feel those stakes in the mat. And then lower that leg down, anchoring it hip to heel, or foot presses down into the mat. Other leg comes up. I don't care where this leg goes to, I want it straight. So if it needs to be straight and lower, do that. More important to find your muscles than trying to yank your body into positions. Remember, it's feel-good movement to find connections. It's not about looking a certain way. It's not about pushing yourself into what you think is what you should be doing. Can you feel the rest of your body stable without straining this leg? So the lower you go, the less strain you're probably going to feel. And then you can maintain that stability of the rest of your body. That's more important than trying to get your leg up. Take the legs down, reaching the arms back behind you. Let's go into our roll up as you dive it and stretch it over and roll it up through the spine. You can go into roll backs, or you can do a rolling like a ball with me. So we're going to bring our legs in, hold the shins or ankles, elbows wide, arms on your back. Pull the waistband back as the hips go up. And then we come up and balance. Pull the waistband back and just feel the shape. We don't allow the heels to come in as we go back. That will flatten your back. We don't let the heels go up over our head, because then momentum does it for us. Really try to stabilize and keep that position as you go back. Now we're going to go into our single leg stretch. So pull the waistband back, keep that chest up, one leg in, one leg out. We pull, pull, switch, pull, 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 pull. One more each side. Go ahead, hug it in. All right, you're going to grab your weights. We're going to take our weights like stakes again, but this time we're going to lift our head, neck, and shoulders. Now, as you maintain this position, feel the stakes pressing into the mat as you push out and bring it in. If this is too much neck tension, you just take your head down and you do this again, but this time we're in a little frog-like position. All right, we push out, pull the waistband in. Chest doesn't lower or lift. It stays exactly where it is. 2 more. Push from your center. Press. Pull one more time. Feel that posture. Good. And we bring it on in. All right, lower those weights. Hands behind the head, just like we did yesterday. We're going to flex ourselves up. Push that opposite foot into the floor as you twist. Stay right there. Keep anchoring that bottom foot and try to twist a little bit more. Twisting is so good for our posture as well, because when we do it correctly, push the opposite foot, you are strengthening your spinal column, right? What holds our posture? Hello, spine, right? But we also need to keep it flexible. We need to keep it nimble. Is nimble a word? I don't even know. Flexible and nimble? I don't know. You know what I'm saying, though. It needs to be mobile. It needs to have freedom. And the more that we can create strength in it, the more freedom it can have without causing injury. How about that? And release. Good. Come on up. I forget when we started. I think we're at 15 minutes. Not really good at keeping time. All right, heels onto the outer edges of our feet. So we'll just do 5 more minutes, okay? Lift up tall. Heels down, hips down. Take an inhale. Find your posture. Actually, let's do this, with our weights. I forget we have our weights. All right, so you're going to push those weights and stakes into the mat, and you're going to push and lift tall. Okay, do you see how that helps you? The arms on the back actually help you find your posture. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to walk the weights forward. Try not to get the arms off your back. But remember those knives on your thighs that you're lifting over them, and then slide it back. And use those weights to help lift tall. Exhale, dive. As you lift tall, keep those stakes in the mat, push into them to find more lift, and maybe you anchor the heels and hips a little bit more. Did you get more lift? Ooh, body working together, right? Dive, 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 dive. And those stakes push into the mat and your butt bones push into the mat as you lift tall. Hello. Good job. All right, nice work. Okay, so now we're going to go to our stomach. You're going to bring your weights with you. Okay, and we're going to take the weights down by our sides. And I want you to push the stakes into the mat again. But now your palms are facing, well, your knuckles are basically facing away from you. They're facing to the opposite wall. Okay, so find the posture we talked about yesterday where you're reaching through the tail, pubic bone almost gets heavier into the mat, and your feet press into the mat. Nice parallel legs. Draw your waistband in and push those weights to your heels and down to the mat. As they push down to the mat, notice your shoulders open and the arms go further on your back. Now I want you to let everything go. Feel the difference. Now get that pelvis in alignment, the feet anchored, the belly in. Push those weights and open the shoulders. Do you feel how that's worked? Now you're going to hover the weights, right? Nothing changed in your low back, right? You're still that same position. Now you're going to start to lift the weights up to the sky and then allow your chest to follow those arms as they lift, but you haven't arched more into your low back. Anchor the feet, reach through the tail, and then lower it on down. Push those stakes in the mat. You're like hovering, right? Those shoulders are hovering. You're not rolling forward. You're very engaged here. Draw the belly in and start to hover those weights. Lift the arms to the sky and notice those arms on your back help pull your chest up so it works together. Reach long through that tail, anchor the feet, and lower it on down. Again, find the alignment, hover the weights. They start to lift. Your chest lifts and reaches forward. All right, let's try this with the arms out wide, okay? Wall's in the way here. Okay, so now find your alignment. Now the arms are further from our body, so it's going to take more core strength. Draw the belly in, really support that hover of the arms with your back and with your belly. And now the arms, we're going to start to lift and pull your pinkies towards each other as your chest lifts and reaches forward. Go out, hover, and lower down. Again, we lift the arms from your back muscles. Your belly's engaged. Now, as you lift the arms more, like an airplane, the wings pull towards your body as they lift to the sky at the same time. We bring it out to the side. We take it down. One more time. Hello, belly. Hello, booty. They support you. And then lift and fly through the air. Shine that chest forward. Lower down and release. Whew, good job. Small movement, intense, right? Okay. Whew, that hit the 20-minute mark. Craziness. All right, but let's just get a little side bend in. We'll do that mermaid again so we can really work on loosening our hips, okay? We can do this with our weights as well. So sitting up tall, we're going to take our arms out to the sides and feel how the weights, they're not super heavy, so they can be like tools to help us find our back muscles. Do you feel the difference when you take them down? Hold, right? Lift up, hold. See how they can help you just find those muscles more? So we're going to teeter-totter our body over. We can let that weight drop. You can even put it like a stake in the mat. Turn this palm towards you and just side bend over. I'm pressing into that weight so I can feel this underside and back and look down and come up. We're just finding muscles here. We're finding connections. Push down. Do you notice when you push down? Pushing down from that back muscle, right? Find it as you lift up. And now you can bend your elbow and notice the lower back. I don't mean the lower back. I mean the lower side here works to help stabilize you. Right? Come up. Find the stake. All right, don't overthink it here. Just find the connections. For the last rep, I want you to try it without the weights and see, we eventually want to take the tools away, right? Can you feel those muscles? How they support you in this? We don't use these muscles nearly enough, and they are so helpful to our posture. Okay. All right, here we go. Find your hips as square as possible. Lift, teeter-totter over, find that stake. Ooh, hello, muscle. And up and over. So yesterday I was focusing more on the spine, lifting up and over. Here, we're trying to find our back muscles more, but you're still keeping that spine long. You don't want to lose that principle. But this is what I do when I have weekly classes in my membership, and we're weekly on Zoom together every week. And we come with a different intention each week. And that one week could be, all right, our intention is to find our back muscles in every single exercise, right? So we could take the weights away and try it again. We could do the same exercises as we did the week before, but when you change your intention, doesn't it totally change the exercise? But it's like our daily movement. Most of our daily movement is the same every day, but let's get into, release that. Let's get into like what muscles are we using in our day, right? Let's stop standing in our joints and sitting into poor postural habits. All right, hold here. And I don't want you thinking, oh my God, I'm being so rigid about it. Like our spine has life in it. It has flexibility in it. That's what I was trying to talk about when we were doing our twisting, is we want to find this alignment. But when you can connect to these muscles, like the ones we work today on your back, when you hold your posture upright, those back muscles are going to be part of it now. So we don't have to rely on a rigid spine to keep our posture. It's like naturally our shoulders are going to build strength around what they're supposed to, right? Those mid back muscles. Once they develop strength, and when you develop that small muscle strength, you get more flexibility and mobility. And then naturally your alignment just happens and you're not forcing it. You can just stay there and it really feels good. And that's what I mean about feel good movement. So hopefully these connections make sense and you're feeling good. And practice. It's like a practice every time you come to the mat, right? You're not coming here and I'm not pushing you through this quick workout. I'm getting this working with this. Your mind and body are working together. So hopefully it makes you feel like, ooh, brighter and more with it and energized. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I look forward to tomorrow. What's next? Who knows? If you get that planner though, maybe you can see what is next. All right. Thanks so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. To get more out of this challenge, you need to get the Ultimate Pilates Planner. It has everything you need to work from the inside out. So you're going to really work on the mind part of the mind-body connection. You're going to have trackers to keep you consistent and accountable. And my favorite part of this all is you're going to have bonus workouts. So if you don't have time for 20 minutes, you get these quick little 8 to 10 minute workouts to really fit into your day. You're going to get an email in your inbox every day with a journal prompt plus the link to the workout of that day and maybe some other little goodies for me to keep you inspired and accountable. So head over to balancetothecore.com/transformin4.